put on some peacock. You could use purple, which will turn partly peacock and leave a purple. You can use middleback green, which is slightly a little darker than this. Middleback blue, if you had a blue winging materials. You can incorporate this with just about any material that you want to use. This one's going to be a perfect head, so we're going to fold it right in half. And you'll see here in a minute when I talk about a perfect head. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut that one right about there. As you see, that's going to cover that up. Blend right in there. You won't see all this orange here in a second, so the thread color really doesn't matter. You just want something strong enough to put a bind on it without breaking, kind of like deer hair. Trim that off. We'll get this back, whip finish it by hand. Whip finishers really don't work for a good part of this. I do have one video that you'll be able to see on how to whip finish by hand if you don't know. And put a little bit of super glue up here to hold it. If you're tying a few of these, keeps it from getting so tangled up. Once its heat's finished, it has a little crust to it, so she won't go anywhere. And I got that a little bit far forward, so I got to put a little bit of pressure on there. Had an unexpected problem. My tape ended. I've been tying so much. So here we are. I believe I've already pinched this back. It's been a couple hours because I did 4 tapes into the computer. I think all I need to do now is heat this, right? Then put eyes on it. You can see that weed guard will trim up here in a second. Once again, excuse me, I'm getting a cold. Black & Decker variable temp heat gun. They're carried at Lowe's, a couple other places. Goes from 100 to 1,000 degrees, the one models they make now. And I set mine about 3.5, but you have to check. You're going to want the temperature around, I'm all out of shape now. You're going to want the temperature between, about 180, 200 degrees. Don't try regular heat guns. Okay. I bent up those weed guards. This is for pike and bass. Let me get these here straightened out real fast before they cool off. These weed guards are actually kind of tough. That's why I got them. This is a 3/0 wide gap hook. It's made by Eagle Claw. Laser sharp, chemically sharpened. They also come in stainless steel. And don't be surprised, I've hooked 35-pound better kings on stinger hooks by Mustad. 2/0. Back in the 90s, I had received, after I moved to Alaska, a couple thousand bass hooks by mistake when I ordered salmon hooks from a wholesaler. And they worked. So that weed guard right there is gonna work real good. Unlike loop weed guards, it's not gonna catch any sticks. Every now and then you might have to readjust it a little bit right there. Let's get the light over here where you can see that iridescent head I just made. And for this one, since it's bass, let's go with a couple red eyes. I like these wiggle eyes. If you recall, this has a no weight in it, and the natural buoyancy of the plastics is going to help keep it up towards the surface. Okay, hot melt glue, hold that in. 2, 3, 4. Get this one just on its side so I can still see that one and make sure I get them together. Sometimes I have a little bit too much coffee, get going too fast on things. And pretty much nice fly. Now I'm going to try to iridescent that there NUCLEE-R lime green just a little bit. It's kind of blow dry. Hair dryer won't cut it. Although I use some hair straighteners I'll get into in a later segment. There we have it. Weed guards will hold it out. That big old bucket mouth, or even a small mouth or a pipe, gonna catch you in there, and that's gonna grab it almost like a circle hook. Bite right in. Alrighty, appreciate you coming in for today's lesson. And what am I gonna do for tomorrow? I'll get back to you next time. Thank you much.